As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. The Lord standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord God of hosts.
This world was created for many, and in this world of many, you have what? Many false prophets. And the thing about how this world is created for many is that this world is all about increasing in riches, getting more, having many things. But the teaching and the ways of the Lord was totally different from that. He said, man's life does not consist on how much possession he has. It doesn't matter how much money you have. And it's all about quality over quantity. So the world to come for a few, right? We're poor in this world. And that's why the Lord said, blessed are ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. But what these wicked men, these wicked false prophets are doing, they're basically spoiling the poor. They're taking this word, this kingdom, right? The word of the Lord, this wisdom, bring it to a kingdom, and they're perverting it. They're spoiling it. They're not preserving it. You see, they're actually defiling the word. You see what I'm saying? This is John 12:8. For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always. So the thing is with the men of the Lord is that they're poor like everybody else, but they're different in that they're rich in the spirit. And that's why Yahushua said in John 12:8, the poor you're always gonna have with you. You can always do good to the poor. But the prophets, they're here and they're gone. You see? Same thing with Yahushua. And that's going into John 12. That was when Thomas was basically like, oh, well, we could give this money to something else. You see? So a lot of men have that spirit. You see? When they don't really see who's before them. They never knew Yahushua. They never knew who Elijah was. And same thing with us. They don't know who we are as the men of the Lord, as prophets. All right? And this is James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. And you're going to know the love of the true disciples by how they love each other, how they deal with their neighbor. And that they're going to be feeding the sheep, not feeding themselves, not exalting themselves or being conceited, but being confident, and not confident in a plain way, but confident in what? The crooked ways of the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because the Lord said, don't be confident in a plain way. Sirach 32:21, be not confident in a plain way, because the way of the Lord are crooked ways, are crooked, that's how wisdom is going to try you. Sirach 4:17, for at the first you will walk with him by crooked ways. See, so at first it's going to be a lot of turmoil, a lot of affliction, a lot of hate, a lot of loss, a lot of people you're going to lose around you. He's going to separate you and leave you. It says, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. And when you go to Proverbs, that's what the Lord has done with us. He separated us for a cause, for a reason. Proverbs 19:4 says, wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. So we've been separated. That hopefully the Lord is hoping that few would also be separated with us, set apart. Cast out of the temple, cast out of the synagogue, but that they would be that living temple, you see, the true church, you see. And the Lord, he's using the poor. And the Lord himself, Yahushua, he was made poor. You see, so we're rich through Yahushua. 2 Corinthians 8:9, for ye know the grace of the Lord, our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich. And that's why the Lord said you have to forsake everything and follow him. You have to leave everything, and follow the Lord, follow the Spirit. James 2:6, but ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats? Right? So a lot of you guys have despised the poor. You've despised the little ones that actually have the kingdom in them. They're not rich in this world. That don't have many friends. You see? That don't increase in riches. We actually decrease in riches. Because Lord said in Proverbs, there is one that that basically loses, right, but is really rich, right? And it's in it's in Proverbs right here. So let me get this too. Proverbs 11 and verse 24 says, there is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but attendeth to poverty. So guys, they're withholding the truth from you. They're withholding these riches and they're keeping it to themselves, but it's tending to their poverty. But us that are actually scattering the word, we're actually sowing our seed, right? We're increasing, though we're decreasing in the flesh, but increasing in the spirit, in the word. Isaiah 3 and 14, the Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. See, men are on high seats, high places. For ye have eaten up the vineyard. The spoil of the poor is in your houses. You see, so they see what's happened is, man, they've eaten of the Lord unworthily, man. They've eaten of the Lord's word unworthily. And they have the spoil of the poor in their houses because they take advantage of the poor. They offend little ones. They crucify Yahushua. They kill the prophets, and then they act like they're the prophets, or what comes out their mouth is, oh, if we was in the days of our prophets, we would have never killed the prophets, but they really were the ones, man. Jeremiah 20 and 13, sing unto the Lord, praise ye the Lord, for he hath delivered the soul of the poor from the hand of evildoers. So the Lord is delivering us, brothers, you see, and we're getting closer and closer to that ultimate deliverance of being delivered from this corrupt society, man. You see? Amos 8 and 4. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail. Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? You see? So they use this word to get money, to get more money, to increase in riches, for filthy lucre. It says, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat. And Lord said, buy the truth and sell it not. But these guys sell it. They sell it to you, man. Oh, we're the greatest, we're the best. No one has it better than us. Look at some goddamn drug. It says making the ephah small, right? So they make the amount small, and the shekel great. See, so they make the money great. Oh yeah, make sure it's a lot of money, but what they're giving you is small. So you're not really getting. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy, man. It's just like Esau. You know, they rob you, man. It says, and falsifying the balances by deceit. You see, and this is what's happening, man. Heavy in our nation, man. You see, but the Lord, he's giving power and strength to the poor and needy to come up against the many and the rich of this world, and the ones that have many friends and have a large following, the many subscribers and likes and so on and so forth. Isaiah 26 and verse 5, it says, for he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city. He laid it low. He laid it low even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. The foot shall tread it down. And that's why Lord said, he said, when he was washing the disciples' feet, he said, all you are not all clean, because there was one amongst them that had to get taken out, had to leave so the Lord could be glorified. So once Judas left and did all the wickedness he had to do, and he had to do it quickly, then Yahushua was glorified. So same thing now. Well, we're telling to the wicked, all you betrayers and murderers, hey, what you gotta do it quickly, hurry up. Because right when they leave and they go into the darkness, then the Son of Man, Yahushua, will be glorified through his elect. It says, the foot shall tread down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy. Because the needy and the poor are following what? They're following the footsteps of Yahushua. You see, the way of the just is uprightness, thou most upright dost weigh the path of the just, and is balanced. And that's what the Lord's delight is, man. Not falsifying the balances of deceit. It says, yeah, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name and to remembrance of thee. Right? So in the way of the judgments, we wait for the Lord. So what are the judgments of the Lord? Well, look at in the times past. Look at the times of old, of what our people were doing, where they were going off, and all the judgments that happened when they started to wax worse, man, and do things that were not correct. So that's why the Lord said, blessed are you poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Yours is the kingdom, because you forsaken all and you sacrifice so that you can get that hundredfold. Job 5:16. Matter of fact, 15 says, but he saved the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stop at their mouth. And that's what's happening. A lot of guys, their mouths is being shut. They might be talking still, but they're not talking the words and wholesome words of Yahushai. And that goes to show you something, man, which is really heavy. So we're in definitely beautiful times. Definitely beautiful times of everything being exposed and brought to the light. Psalm 10:2, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken into the devices that they have imagined. So they're being taken in their own pits that they've built, that they was digging. Because in all actuality, they were just digging their own grave. Proverbs 22:16, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. So you got guys, they're giving to the sinners, they're giving to the rich. And then you also got guys, they're what? They're oppressing the poor to increase in riches. So all these guys are what? They're going to be found wanting, man. Give us of your oil. Our oil's ran out, because their oil is running out. Because they wasn't doing the things the Lord told you to do to what? To keep that spirit, keep that oil flowing, man. And even when you look at, Revelation 3, where it says, they say they're rich, but really they're poor. Because the thing is about the poor is that they actually say they need help, They say they're actually making it known they need, help from what situation they're in. The thing is with these guys that are rich and shit, they act like they got it all, and they have need of nothing. And that's why they basically they denied the Lord. Said, I don't need what you're saying to me. I don't need your rebuke. I don't need your, you know what I'm saying? So they thought they had it all. That's how a lot of guys are moving right now. So when we go into this word conceited, it says, be not wise in your own conceits. Now, that word conceit is conceited in the Greek.
Strong's G 1438. And
it says to be himself, themselves. So they're all about themselves, you see, and not of the Lord. And that's what men have become. They've become conceited in their own eyes, and their own wisdom has perverted them, and that's why they're perverting the gospel. As a matter of fact, let me just get that word conceit in Google, because probably have more there. Conceit defined. So check this out. That word conceit is excessive pride in oneself. And just like gay pride and shit, they always have to try to make people notice what they're doing. They have to be out there in the open. Oh, we're parading. Oh, we're doing this. Look at me, the flag. You know what I'm saying? And that's how guys are with this truth. See, if it wasn't for the remnant, we wouldn't have Sodom and Gomorrah, bro. All fagged out. Always having to be flashy and look at me, and be in the spotlight. See, if you're really of the Lord, you're gonna be hidden. You're gonna be low. You see, you're gonna be low. No one's going to be near you or care about you or think about you. Conceited is a fanciful expression in writing or speech, an elaborate metaphor. So basically, it goes into having so much pride in yourself. And look how much guys have pride in their fucking camp. Oh, we have 100% truth. We're the home of the truth. You can't come to the Lord but through me. All this shit, man. You see? Shalom. All praises, glory, honor, and fear. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Wa'arakakadash. The belongs to elders, you brothers, you warriors, house of David. And we're in a beautiful time right now. All the lowly, all you poor, all you those that have that a contrite and broken spirit, the Lord is binding us up, and He's healing us, and He's putting us all together. and he's putting everything all together. And the Lord said that you may have everything and lack nothing. So that's what the Lord is giving us in these moments, in these times. While everyone else is losing it, is worried about what's to come, we're anticipating it, we're excited about it. And the Lord, he said, humility before honor. Not double honors before honor. You see, and that's what a lot of elders and guys have done. And that's why we don't give a double honors to GMS or any camp, because a lot of these camps have been compromised, and they've been swallowed up of pride, of arrogance, and thinking that they know it all. Or we have 100% truth. We have everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the spirit of the Lord. So going into it, first precept, Romans 12 and 16. It says, be of the same mind one toward another, mind not high things. So you're supposed to have the same mind, be in the same mind, the same spirit, same thoughts. It says, and mind not high things. So don't worry about those that aren't high. You see, they're being brought down. It says, but condescend to men of low estate, be not wise in your own conceits. And that's what men have become. They become wise in their own conceits. Because confidence is a good thing, but being conceited is a shameful thing. So there's a very big difference. And it was heavy because when you go into that word confidence, it goes into having faith, with faith. So it's a difference. You see, the men of the Lord, right? We have faith. We have confidence. We're confident the Lord's with us. We have faith in the Lord. But with these men, they're conceited in their own wisdom. The wisdom that comes from beneath, that is carnal and devilish. And this is Psalms 138 and 6 says, though the Lord be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off. So yeah, the Lord knows about the proud and famous and all this and the third, but he only knows them afar off. He's not near them. He's not close to them. Just like they're not close to the Lord. But the lowly ones and the ones that's going through suffering, just like the Lord, he had respect unto Israel when there was a suffering in Egypt. So we're suffering because we're actually keeping this word whole. And we're not perverting it. We're not taking a bag. We're not taking a gift. And we're not taking a gift out of the lap to pervert judgment. So you see what's happening, bro. And it's beautiful. I'd rather be with the lonely any day. You see? Though the Lord be high, yet he hath to be respect unto the lowly. That's why when he came, Yahushua came, what happened? He was amongst the sinners and the publicans. He was with the lowly. You see? Those that didn't even have a place or a seat in the synagogue and temples, man. That's who Yahushua came to and was with. But the ones that had the seats, and the Pharisees, the elders, the chief priests, the this, that, the third, right? The priests, he knew them afar off. You see? And they was wicked. And they were being evil, man. And they were corrupting the word of the Lord. Romans 10 and 8. But what saith it? The words is nigh thee, even in thy mouth. Let me start verse 7 because... Let me start verse 6, Romans 10 and 6. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise. Say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? Right? Who's going to go into heaven like the Lord did? It says, that is to bring Yahushua down from above. You see, and that's what guys are doing. They're making elders and these camp heads that are wicked heads. Like when you go to Micah, it says, the heads thereof judge for hire, they judge for reward. It's talking about these guys that are in top positions, man. What do you think? So it says that is to bring Yahushua down from above. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put Yahushua beneath them. You see? It says, oh, who shall descend into the deep? That is to bring up Yahushua again from the dead. But what saith it? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. So it's a word of faith. And we're prophesying this, the words of faith. And the Lord said, if it's not of faith, then it is sin. So guys always need to see the Jews and the Gentiles, they need to see a sign. They need to see something carnal. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah. Like the mark of the beast, You see, like Esau being the wicked. But you also have men, this truth, being Israelites that are wicked. And it goes beyond titles. Oh, if you're an IUIC, you're a false prophet. Well, you've had brothers, man. They was an IUIC from the beginning. But then the Lord had to wake them up. He had to stir them up and make them realize certain things. And then they got out of that. And then they serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. So it doesn't matter what camp you might have started with. It's about how you're ending. It's about the end. And the end of a thing is better than the beginning. You see? Proverbs 16 and verse 19. Better is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. And that's why we're not It's gonna say rightfully dividing the word of truth, and also don't cast your pearls to swine. So we're not breaking bread with the proud. You see, we're far off. We're away from them. You see, they can't hear the words of the Lord because the Lord is low. He's with the lowly, the ones that doesn't have a big YouTube channel and a big following. The Lord's with. He's speaking through. So it's better to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud, right? So it's better to be, matter of fact, let's get that word for lowly. It says, he that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusts in the Lord happy is he. And we're happy right now because we're trusting the Lord through everything we're going through. And Lord, he's taking care of us. He's delivering us. He's you know what I'm saying? He's with us, man. You see? So that word lowly, all right, that word lowly, let's get this. All right, is going into being humiliated, meek, and afflicted, and humble, right? And when you keep this word and you speak this word and the power and the strength thereof, you're going to be afflicted. Men are going to leave you. Men are going to talk down upon you. They're going to falsely accuse you. Woman that you was, your girlfriend's going to break up with you. Family members are going to forsake you. All these certain things are going to happen to you, man. So don't think it's strange your fiery child, which is to try you. So this is all a test. So only a few is actually going to pass the test. And understand what the will of the Lord is, to be hated of all men, to be despised, rejected, cast out the synagogue, which guys are not teaching because why? They're not going through it. You see, they're the ones that thinking that they're doing God's service, but they're not. And all those that killed you that shall think in their deceived mind that they're doing God's service, but they're not. You see, Job 31 and verse 13. If I did despise the cause of my manservant or maidservant, when they contended with me, and a lot of guys, you despise Lord's men servants, man, when they contended with you. Because what we contended for the faith. Lord said contend for the faith means fight for it, man. Stand up for it. It says, when they contended with me, what then shall I do when God riseth up, and when he visiteth, what shall I answer him? And it's heavy because a lot of guys don't have the garment, they don't have the light, and they have nothing that they can answer the Lord with. They're speechless. It says, did not he that made me in the womb make him, and did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld the poor from their desire, or I have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or I have eaten my morsel myself alone, and the fatherless hath not eaten thereof, right? So it's all about sharing, giving. The Lord said in Acts, right, through Paul, Paul made that point where he said, remember how the words of Yahushua, he said, it's better to give than to receive. You see? So we don't, if we get, if you might get food and someone else is hungry, I'm not gonna tell them I have food, so I'll get fed. See, and that's how a lot of these false prophets are. They feed themselves. Shall not the shepherds of Israel feed the sheep? But they don't. You see, they only care about themselves. Being what? Like we brought that definition. Conceited, man. Job 31 in verse 18 says, for Job 31 and 18, for from my youth he was brought up with me as with a father, and I have guided her from my mother's womb. It says, if I have seen any perish for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, right? So this thing is all about charity at the end of the day, which is true love, real love. And it goes beyond just giving money, actually taking care. And see, you could give someone money, but you don't care about that person. Look at what see, Esau can give our people money, but does that mean he loves them, he cares about them? No. He'll give them gifts and shit to destroy them. Look at how guys sell their soul for money and shit. So it says, Job 31 and verse 20 says, if his loins have not blessed me, and if he were not warm with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted up my hand against the fatherless, when I saw my help in the gate, then let mine arm fall from my shoulder blade, and mine arm be broken from the bone. You see, and that's what's happening. A lot of guys, they're actually getting cut off. They're no longer able to hold the word, the sword, the weapon. You see, and when you go to I think it's Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what the Lord said to happen to the false prophet, man. Those that leave the sheep. You see? And here it is right here. This is Zechariah 11:17. It says, "Woe to the idle shepherd which leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened." So there's no in between anymore. See, guys, they like to hide in the middle, in the gray area. They like to, oh, I'm serving on the Lord. When it's good, oh, I'm a serving Lord. But when it's bad, oh, I don't know the Lord. And then same thing with the world. When you want to be a servant of mammon and of the world and shit, oh yeah, I'm getting money. But when it's not going good, oh, I'm not of the world. See, they're fucking two-faced, man. You see, and it goes beyond. See, guys might be like, oh, well, you have to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You have to be Clark Kent in the world. Yeah, but they really just like they're just wicked, man. You see, their true colors are coming out in these last moments. Proverbs 26:12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more help of a fool than him. So these guys can't help themselves or others, man. That's why you have to separate yourselves from these camps. Because they have been compromised, man. They've been swallowed up. You see, let me read that again. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him, right? So these guys, they're conceited, man. They're very boisterous and prideful about themselves. They're not about the Lord. They're about themselves getting praised. They love the praise of men more than the praise of God. And this is not a light thing. This is very serious. This is very, very serious. But guys are taking it lightly. And that's a big crime, man. All right, Isaiah 5:21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You see? So they trust in their own ways. You see? So there's a difference between walking by faith and walking by sight. These guys walk by their sight, wherever they flesh. So they judge after the flesh, which I told you not to do. John 7:24. Judge not after the carnal, but judge righteous judgment. You see? 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. So guys are deceiving themselves. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. Right? So you have to be reborn again, because everything that you learn was brought up in this fucking place is a lie, is wrong, is not right, is not holy, is not spiritual, is all carnal, is all wicked. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. So these guys, these wise men, they're vain. Again, the Lord said, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. But the knowledge of what? Of how much breakdowns you have and how much people you know, how much subscribers you have? No, of Yahweh Shai. Do you know Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai know you? Or are you proud and he knows you are far off? And the sad part about it and the truth about it is that a lot of guys are fucking proud and they can't be told nothing. So the only thing left for them is woe and death and destruction. All praises, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, Warakak Wadash, not unto man, not unto camps, not unto no elders. Because a lot of these elders, they've been corrupted, man. You see? And they've lost this. They're losing the mind of Yahweh Shai. And they forgot their first love. You see? And the Lord said, those that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So it's not about how you start, so to say, but it's about how you finish. You have to finish your work. You have to finish this tower. See, because you can start off slow. That's why we had a brother come up to camp and he was a babe, man. You could tell he knew certain things, but we was giving him milk, We was giving him milk. Now, in these last days, you don't know if someone's an agent or someone was sent from the wicked, but at the end of the day, we're to teach. We're to show you the right way. So, Lord willing, you repent and get right, that we may save a few out the fire. You see? But I gotta get back going. Lord willing, be back with y'all in a little bit. You better stay strong and stay in the spirit, because we're in a great time to be in those things, be in the word and in the spirit, because that is eternal. While this place is fading away, this word is eternal, brothers. And it's forever. And it's going to endure. It's going to get through these harsh times, because only worse times are coming. Only more harsh things are coming down the line, bro. So get ready for war and be at war with yourself first and foremost, the flesh and blood, shutting it off every day, putting off the weak nature. And then secondly, our people, man. Our people that are wicked and that are corrupting our nation. And then the heathens in Esau. Let everything be done in decency and order. All praise, glory, honor, fear, Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, Baba Ba.
Jesus. says.